Hey guys, welcome to what for now I'm just going to refer to as Snowside Chats because we've not thought of a better name.
Should come up with a better name though.
We should, yes.
Especially when Connor gets back.
Well, when Connor gets back, we'll decide on it when Connor gets back. But for now, it's Snowside. Yeah, God, it's going to be a name that I can actually say. Snowside Chats.
What
And
like? Wasn't it something like Alton Towers that you couldn't say
oh
before?
man, I can say that now. By the way,
Can you? Good, good.
yeah, Alton Towers. Now it's not. Yeah, speech impediments are fun.
Yeah.
The first video on this channel actually was a video called Speech Impediment Stanley.
So we have a link back. Lovely. Love
Well, I mean, it's no longer viewable.
that. Oh well, re-upload upon subscriber goal. Or something. I don't know.
I don't have that video anymore. I've been through like 3 computers since then.
Oh well. Ah. We'll come up with something.
Oh,
So
yeah. So, basically, your hosts today include me, the ever charming, lovely Joe, and
me, the slightly Japanese crazy other guy.
Weirdo is the best way I can describe him, to be fair. Um,
Yeah, that's pretty
yeah.
much it.
And by that I mean he's Nathan, and he's an old-time friend of mine and Connor's.
Known him for many a year now.
Some would say too long.
Probably too long.
I'm saying too long.
Too long. Yeah, we'll go with
Too
that one
long.
then.
Yeah.
So today's discussions on Snowside Chats will be gameplay, some possible memories from school, current habits of ours when it comes to gaming, other YouTubers, and new releases.
Which, of
Among other things.
course, the current new release that I think we're both excited about. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say it's Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, definitely. I'd say it's one of the. It takes what Assassin's Creed Black Flag had and makes it more interactive, I'd like to think.
See, I just like it because I know you can fire yourself out of cannons.
Oh, yes, that's the main attraction to it.
And that, for me, is something quite spectacular.
Indeed.
But also, with some of the gameplay I've seen from various other YouTubers and trailers and release footage that they have given, it is something that is very
It's
quirky. It's
you and quirky, yeah.
yeah, it's new and it's quirky, and I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
I've played a few. I've played about an hour of it myself because I managed to get a download going on my terrible internet.
Yeah, I've got it installed now, and
Yeah,
honestly, it's looking like it's going to be pretty good fun to play because
the introduction alone, literally, I put it on and it was like, wow, this introduction. It's not one of those instant
spectacular.
gameplay. It's one of those narrative. We actually know what's happening.
Which is surprising to say the least with how games have been recently.
Oh yes, we've got a cloud in Fortnite Battle Royale. It's coming in. It's like, do we know why? It's like, no, not really.
You know, Fortnite's just a
Add
it's
into it.
it's a
Just go.
it's a game, and I can see. Wow, I could have not put that any better. It's a game.
Hold on, 10 out of 10.
It is a game that I personally believe that Fortnite wouldn't be as popular if it wasn't free.
Speaking of popular, what we've actually got in the background for this video, it should be Skyrim.
It should be, yeah. They should have just seen me very nicely die. You should.
You died.
Yeah, I died. I'm currently doing the Thalmor mission, and I did a boo-boo, and now everyone wants to kill me.
So let me get this straight. You're still dying in Skyrim.
Yeah, basically. Which is why you might be able to hear controllers and stuff going off in the background. And you're probably all complaining at me for having Creation Club stuff. But I didn't actually buy it. Give him credits.
Controversial. Controversial.
No, I did a poll thing and somebody gave me some credits, which was rather nice of them. for a very not even intensive survey, to be fair.
No, that's fair. That's fair. What are we on
And
console or is it PC?
I'm on console. I'm playing the special edition on the Xbox One.
I've heard that can be quite good, but also quite glitchy because the mod support's not very good.
Oh,
From what I've heard.
bloody Skyrim! It's never gonna have good. It's never gonna have good like modding stable environments, is it? It's like,
Especially when you mess with the physics engine.
oh,
You know,
if you mess with anything about Skyrim, it doesn't work. It's like
basically,
if I was playing this on my PC right now, the problem I would have is at the start of the game, I've got a mod installed and it messes around with it too much, so it sends the cart physics and the horse physics, and it just constantly spins them around. And
oh my god, that's amazing. It could be worse. That time Connor made a giant chicken and then it
oh god,
gave it too much health and then, well, yeah, console commands and that's without the mods.
yeah, that's just Connor being Connor.
So, shall we move on to our main segment?
I think we should. Which one's
So,
that in the entire list of things we have?
What, the one of the numerous 6 things? I think we should start with what opinions on new releases. I mean, we talked about Sea of Thieves briefly beforehand. We need to mention it a bit more in detail.
I think we should. I've not looked that much into it. It's one of the games that I'm looking forward to playing. Obviously, I said I've watched a few YouTubers play it and I've watched trailers. And the gameplay to me, considering it's a Microsoft Studios game, it looks very polished.
Quite polished. It feels quite good on the Xbox One, which I've been playing it on. Obviously, my PC could play it as well, but it's cheaper to get it on Xbox Game Pass, which you can do for the 2-week free trial currently.
Yeah. Or, if you're an idiot like me, you can just buy the Games Pass because you enjoy a lot of the games on there. And you refuse to pay £42 to go play Halo Wars 2 because it's not a good game.
Well, that's always a good thing, isn't it? Anyway, just getting a game for less than it's actually worth.
Yeah, and I know the argument there will be, well, once you've like had it for so many months, it's no longer.
Well, it's no longer.
It's not cheaper, but at the same time,
well,
I pick and I choose the games I play. Like, I do it like a bit of a bitch, to be fair.
What, the schoolboy bitch that you are is happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not the one who had like a hissy fit every time we got a question wrong.
No, we don't discuss that. I mean, fantastic, but yeah.
I think my
That question was unfair on you, know it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think Sea of Thieves was quite a stable, gameplay-wise, and pretty much PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Although my experience in the first and the second and the third one of that is very limited.
Well, I mean, from what I have seen played, and I've seen gameplay from PC and Xbox, obviously with those being like the main ones that Microsoft are trying to pitch it to try pick up a bit of traction again on the platforms and their game studios.
I mean, obviously, it will get a PlayStation and Sony released at some stage because it'd be pointless not to.
Well, I mean, at the same time, they didn't release Viva Pinata on PS4.
Viva Pinata is Viva Pinata. I mean, we all didn't play that as a party game at one stage. I mean,
I'm still playing Viva Pinata. I have it installed.
Yeah, it's just like that DS that you've got sat on the side of your bed, like I have, that has a Pokemon Diamond and good old walk down memory lane.
Mine's currently, well, I share a 3DS with one of my friends, so it's a bit like, well, we could do that, or we could just like share like the same DS and not have to.
Well, my bottom touchscreen doesn't work, so it's fun times.
Yeah, that sounds so fun.
So, Sea of Thieves is going to be an interesting title to have. And generally, I think it's going to be the method moving forward, as in more open world games have been developed in the last few years than anything else, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, Sea of Thieves offers a different kind of element. It gives you the opportunity to be a bad guy, which is what a lot of games just don't have.
What? So we don't count the team killing in Rainbow Six Siege every other round?
Oh man, just
Interesting story on that front. Some guy says, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber. I'm going to post this on YouTube," and it turns out his account has got less than 3 subscribers, and it's just like, "Oh yes, your 3 subscribers and your mother will really care about us team killing you because you shot at us first."
Oh, just
Yeah, just gets in the way, doesn't it?
it's Siege is a game I both love and I hate. Like, I hate it because there's some people who just can't realise that it's a game for fun. Which at the end of the day is what all games are. They are games to play for fun. Like, you play them to get a little bit of enjoyment. You don't play them to have some fucking 6-year-old tell you how wrong you're playing a game.
I've had plenty of those. We call them the squeakers on Siege.
Yeah, well, it's the ones who just get repeatedly more and more salty with you, like every time you get a kill, and they're like, "Oh, you stole my kill," and it's like, well, you know, considering you died like 3 times, I don't consider that stealing a kill. I consider it guaranteeing my win. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've started doing this thing where if there's a guy team killing, we have a group of 3 people, that you will know, Joe, is in iProsy, One-Eyed Gamer,
Yeah.
and the like. We literally systematically take it in turns killing the guy who's been salty just so he doesn't ruin the game because he...
Yeah, well, like, it's the same when I play with them. And good use on using Prozy's less offensive account name.
Oh, what national day that it was the Wednesday beforehand?
Oh man, he's just... Yeah, and I don't know if you had his third one.
Oh, that one's fantastic.
Yeah, it's quirky to say the least.
About as quick as you get.
Yeah.
It don't sound like a website.
True.
I mean, Joe.gif. I mean...
Yeah, boy. I'm getting the logo developed pretty soon.
Yeah. It'll be good. We can flash that up on screen or something.
I mean, it won't be up by the time I've got.
Oh, we can flash the current logo, but
Well, I mean, it's more if I can be bothered to edit it in at this point. Like, that's my main thing just about all the time. It's why I don't edit too much. It's why Connor has the joys of editing.
What, the severe depression that comes with it?
Oh no, he really, really bloody loves editing. I was listening to him edit the Counter-Strike Source video we did, and he was just having the time of his life, and all I heard was just the name Derek repeatedly yelled time and time again.
Slightly crazy on the Connor front, but then again, when hasn't it been crazy on the Connor front?
It's always crazy on the Connor front. He's Connor. It wouldn't quite be the same level of shizzle if it wasn't crazy and a bit dumb.
Speaking of channel editing, where do you think you see yours going in the near future?
Oh, the Jiffy Boy.
The Jiffy Boy, yeah.
I see that going relatively... I don't want to sound too ambitious, but then I don't want to not have ambition.
So we're not going down the iceberg and chip route?
No, like, I can see myself, well, like I've said, and I have openly said that I'm looking to start putting content out. It's still March, isn't it? So I'm looking to start putting content out next month.
Yeah, it's still March, yeah.
Yeah, I have to think then. I have to think if I'd had a payday.
You don't actually want to timestamp this recording, do you?
I can tell you something right now, guys. I'm going to timestamp this because if it's going out tomorrow, Tuesday the 27th, it's Monday the 26th right now. And this was a bit of a rushed recording to get it out for tomorrow, to be fair, guys.
To be honest, yes, it was. As everybody seems to be busy with either Fortnite or Buddy essays. If one of my other friends is to be told.
I mean, I'm just... The reason why it's a bit rushed is because Connor was ill like the week before. Like, he was ill like the couple of weeks before he obviously was with his significant other, so he couldn't really edit anything. And whilst we had content to push out, and we might have another couple of videos that I think he's that I think he's like
So
rendered
in,
and edited.
so in the short term, you've got things you need to push out, but obviously Connor's away at the minute with
Yeah,
the
so
significant
it's
other.
more
So
content.
it's
It's going to be simple content, I think is the best way to put that.
yeah. So in other words, we've got a good bright future ahead of us in this joint channel. I personally just get involved just to help out a little bit. My own channel is currently just building up a backlog of videos to try and get something off the ground. And yeah, just get involved when I can.
We're all, well, like, there is the big push this year for me to get the Evil Snowmen up and running with regular content. And that's why I'm working so hard during the period where Connor's not here to at least push stuff out of a reasonable quality that I've enjoyed making. Because a bit of the problem we were having towards the end... Because, obviously, we've been recording Terraria, and you will have all noticed that Terraria hasn't exactly been around recently. That's because my current gaming habits don't really dictate playing Terraria. I'm not enjoying it as a game as much, and for that, that's why we've taken a bit of a break from it.
I mean, I've been moving away from Siege myself and towards Hearts of Iron 4 more recently.
That old cracker of a game.
Well, it's what's not fun about having Poland turn fascist and then join Hitler and defeat the Soviet Union only then to backstab Hitler. It's basically the complete opposite of history. Fantastic.
No, that is exactly how history went down, and you should know that as a history student.
Listen, we don't discuss what I'm learning, Mister. I've got a job in ICT and designing websites.
Yes. Which is why there's been no progress on designing the Requeued website, because I do it every day and I don't want to do it anymore.
I mean, yes, I'm a history student and I play history-based games, but then at the end of the day, one correlates into the other. And you would be surprised how the amount of times that history-based games have actually helped me get through an essay.
Well, I mean, I enjoy my job, and I'm hoping to continue doing it for several years, provided the company I work at wants me to continue working there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of history, it just comes down to the when and the where for me. And obviously, yeah. I picked this to do as continuation from my college days. Hint, hint, I'm at university. I mean, everybody at this stage should be at university or in a job or equivalency.
Yeah, I'm an apprentice. I earn £4 something an hour. I'm really living life, guys.
Really living life.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to move on to our special segment on other YouTubers. So we've got YouTubers like the Yogscast, Hat Films, the Yogscast family in general, but then you've also got YouTubers like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye.
My current YouTube habits heavily revolve around Skyrim.
Like Brodual and all the modding ones.
I mean, to be fair, I've been watching a lot of Fudge Muppet. I've been watching a lot of Camelworks. Been watching a hell of a lot of the Epic Nate. Like,
yeah, some good ones though.
Those three are my main YouTube habits. I'll watch William Strife play Skyrim. He does an episode every week, and it's really, really focused on Let's Play and roleplay. You can tell that the man has put a lot of time into the videos. With just the way that he talks and the way he acts and the way that he actually voices his character and stuff. It's a really nice series to watch, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I can agree. I mean, I've started recently watching something called board games like Secret Hitler. You know, like Town of Salem. Well, it's not really a board game, but it's more like a board game themed thing online. You can put a link to it somewhere. I'm sure.
I'm sure I can remember to put it in the description.
And I just enjoy watching those type of games because it's sort of like you become involved and excited about the actual experience that they're going through. Is in the sense, who will win? Will it be the Liberals or the fascists in Secret Hitler, or will it be well, still, mate. I mean, at the end of the day, it's sort of like you'd love to have that type of experience with people you know, but obviously then it's distance and time.
Yeah, like I've also been watching and playing, to be fair, a fair amount of Civilization 6,
Civ
which
6, yeah.
it's a game that I really, really do enjoy, and it's a game I really do wish I could actually record on this PC because it would be a lot of fun. However, given the specs of my current PC, it just isn't viable unless I played the entire game in strategic mode, which, as nice as it looks, it doesn't quite do Civ 6 justice.
So, what, your cardboard box quality image? So,
In fact, my image is very, very much...
first time Scotland's been in. So you've got the pixelated image of Scotland with the golf course.
I mean,
Donald Trump in the background.
Scotland's been in it before, just not as Scotland.
Well, the Celts don't really count, do they?
I mean, you can hit and miss with history there.
Well, I am a history student, but never said I was good at it.
Yeah, not good at a lot of things, are you, really, Nathan?
I mean, who was copying off somebody else to pass GCSE science?
Not me. I was just making it so Miss Dawes didn't kick me out the set because I didn't like anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, isn't it?
Because at the end of the day, this is going to get me so much shit if any parents listen to this. Homework does not pass you your GCSEs.
Homework is a waste of time.
What passes you your GCSEs is a good set of teachers who don't bully you and hinder you.
I mean, our school, I won't name it for privacy purposes, although we have just mentioned a teacher, so that's going to go down a treat. But generally, teachers like Miss Dawes, who we have mentioned, were absolutely fantastic, and they helped us get through our exams, and they did revision sessions in the middle of the holidays. They didn't get paid for those revision sessions, but by God, they helped.
Especially like the two I went to.
What, the 2 out of 20 sessions that were on?
I went to the science ones because Miss Dawes scared me a little bit.
Didn't she blackmail and threaten the entire group to try and go?
Basically. But it worked out well in the end because everyone in that class passed. With like B's and A's. With a few of us getting C's.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
But she was a special kind of teacher, was Miss Dawes.
I think like a few of the geography staff also had a similar touch. It was sort of like keep the class entertained by talking about various subjects, but also like focus on the lecture as well. Or I say lecture, it had been a lesson at this stage. But at the end of the day, it was like you've actually felt like part of a wider group instead of just an individual student.
Yeah, you didn't feel kind of trapped or like isolated in a classroom with a teacher who very clearly just didn't care. Because that's what the problem was. Quite a lot. Like the teacher we had for maths, I didn't feel like I was a very productive learner in that class.
I mean, there was a similar teacher who was a substitute teacher for 3 months in science. It was a Scottish teacher.
Yeah, he didn't ever come back after teaching our class.
No, he liked limestone and went over limestone about 3 times. Safe to say that limestone question that came up at the end of the exam, I absolutely nailed, but...
I mean, it's safe to say I absolutely failed it because I gave up caring about limestone.
You literally just went to the toilet and came back. Just like, go and get the pastoral stuff. No, we're going to toilet.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're going to be a problematic teacher, I'm not going to help you punish kids who just can't learn.
No.
And, you know, also I really needed to wee, so...
I mean, kudos on that front.
Yeah. But, like, school was an odd time, like...
What everybody congregated on the computers to try and get on those shitty Flash games.
Oh.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. And you just went to go play Sports Heads.
Or something. Oh god, the strategies you could use to cheese the other team.
Or, like, the... bloody... that, like, little 2D tank one.
Yeah, what was that? Yeah, tanks on mathsisfun.com or something.
Oh,
it was
cool
just
maths.
like cool maths. Yeah. I mean, that game's been around since like it's well over like 2 decades now almost. It's ridiculous.
It's just a beautifully made game. Like, all things considered, it's Flash games were what kind of made
Give
you.
birth to the give birth to the industry in a sense.
Well, I mean, in a greater sense, it kind of brought you together with different groups of people as well, because everyone would just come stand behind you and watch what you were doing. And
As
it
you
was
try
just,
to bypass the filter on
Yeah.
school. Yeah.
and you used to sit there on your various proxy sites. And then in the end, we'd end up using a site called Mills Eagles because it was a Google site, so it just couldn't get banned because they'd ban Google if they did.
Yeah. It's had a lot of downloading onto a Flash HTML that they couldn't get rid of.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, we didn't have a lot of space on our school drives.
What, it was like a gig? Well, no, I think, yeah. Photography students had 2 gig. That was like the cutting edge of storage space.
Yeah, man. And then we got that, like, 2 gig memory stick when we moved into the new build.
Yeah. And then I immediately broke mine.
Yeah.
And then I'm sat here looking at my buddy's secondary drive on my computer and it says 1 terabyte, and I'm just thinking, what peasants we were.
Well, I'm sat recording onto a terabyte hard drive right now.
Man's inbuilt, but, we'll just...
Yeah, well, I'm just at the point where I'm very happy with the little setup I have of I just have like this like little corner where I just spend my time.
Whereas I commandeer other rooms in the house.
Yeah, you go all over the place, I stay in one place.
Privileges of having a laptop that's got an i7 processor. But,
Yeah,
basically. Oh my god. We've been sat here recording for how long?
27 minutes, dead on 27 minutes at this point.
I know. I've lost 28% already. God damn my battery.
Jesus. Well, we will be wrapping this up fairly soon, guys.
Yeah, I think what we need to say is thank you for watching this podcast, and Snowside chats will be a bit more varied. This is sort of like the breaking episode to try and find our feet.
Yeah, this is where we're trying to discover what's good to talk about and what we can talk about for an extended period of time without boring ourselves, which I think is an important bit, because if we're bored, you're bored. That's
Basically.
what I believe.
And I mean, we have a list. It was gameplay in the background, which we've done, school memories, etc. I mean, these have all got question marks next to them. But I think we've filled majority of these. I mean, that was the goal. But
Yeah.
it also diverted a bit and talked about personal things, which sometimes can be nice to listen to, because you always get those podcasts where the YouTuber starts talking about the personal life and you say, oh, that's interesting.
I just feel like it makes me seem like less like this like machine that just